All right, Shane, welcome.
Hey, welcome, Tim.
Hey.
I'll jump in here. I don't know how to set it up as a role play, but I'll kind of talk to a scenario that happened here in the store, and I hope to land a deal out of it.
Beautiful.
You know, when customers come in, a lot of times, I won't say a lot of times, sometimes customers come in, and we get a lot of stuff where people think they're being hacked, think they're being followed.
Yeah.
And in some cases, it's true, right?
Yeah.
And so you got to be, it's always a touchy situation, and when somebody's sitting there disclosing their personal situation with you, it's a little bit uneasy sometimes. But, I think it's you just got to listen a lot and not say as much. But a lady came in yesterday and was saying that somebody was following her, an ex, this, that, and the other, and that she had been trying to get these cameras to work. She had purchased some stuff at the local, big box store, was struggling with it. So kind of when I was listening to her, hearing her trying to do this scenario, it's like, you want to help her, but yet you're reluctant to, right? But the long and kind of short of it is that I basically turned that into being able to go out, by sitting there listening to her, understand what she's trying to do, she's struggling with, she's having trouble with the provider, etc. Turn it into a sale of being able to go out and help these people and do this smart home installation. So that was kind of the scenario that we went through in the store. Sorry I couldn't set it up a little bit better. It's a little bit hard. Nobody else knows the situation on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if we can turn that into something, but that's the scenario came up yesterday. You had mentioned smart home, and we're trying to do more. So a lot of times just listening and being concerned and trying to help these people can turn into a sale. So
Absolutely. No, I love that. And it's important, guys, that we listen to our customers, right? Like I say this a lot. Like when you answer a phone call, you need to give that 110%. Your ears need to be open. Even if there's a language barrier there, you try to listen as hard as you can, because people see that, feel that. They know when you ask a customer and you're not, like, they know when you're not listening. When you ask them, like, oh, what was that? Was it an iPhone 8? You know what I mean? Was it a MacBook that you got to keep those ears open. Not that it's wrong to ask. It's okay if you didn't hear it, but it's important that you really listen. And I love that you're doing that, Shane, and taking the time to really just give them the best experience. And you're trying to solve a problem for them. That's what we're doing all day long, solving problems for our customers and our clients. So yeah.
And that's a good point, because that's really what teed it up. She brought in a Windows laptop that had an SD card reader in it that wouldn't work. Mm-hmm. And she was trying to use an SD camera, like one of these game cams that people use.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't work. Well, we ended up selling her like a $20 or $30 connector so that she could use USB in these cards. And so it was just a simple little sale and something simple that we helped her with. But as I sat there and listened to what she was really trying to do, what problem was that she was having, I picked up on this situation and an opportunity to go out and do home security installation setup for her. So
that's clever. Yeah, it's clever, definitely. You just said, hey, what's something as simple as, like, what's the issue that you're having today? You know what I mean?
Why do you need an SD card?
Exactly.
That ought to raise a red flag one way or another,
Absolutely.
If they're going to use an SD card, why are they using those?
Correct. Yeah, exactly. You need an SD card? Great. How much memory do you need? What are you using it for? Those are the questions that you would ask, so you can go down that to find out exactly what they're needing. So then not only are you solving the problem, but you're giving them the right solution, right? Which is important. So I love that, Shane. That's amazing. That's incredible. Keep trying that. Keep doing that, actually. Trying it, you're doing it. So, and I hope our team and all of our partners are doing the same thing, trying to solve the problem and ask them why. It's the same thing on any product that you're trying to sell and solve a problem. Like, what kind of case do you want? Why do you want that case to be so bulky, heavy duty? I'm a construction worker, whatever it may be, asking them what they exactly do, so. Awesome. Thank you so much, Shane. Alan came up to the top. Alan, did you want to practice a scenario possibly?
Sort of, but really more ask a question.
Absolutely, go for it.
This is always such a great source for information. And you know what? This isn't this isn't such a new scenario. It happens every year.
Yeah.
But had a guy come into the store late yesterday afternoon looking for a case for his brand new iPhone 13 Pro Max.
Perfect.
I don't yet stock any of those.
Okay.
So, I sat down at the POS system and I logged into Techy Extra and looked to see what was available. But just what do other people do typically when people are coming in? Because obviously we can't stock everything.
Yep.
Or every color or every design or whatever. But just kind of wanted to have somebody walk through a scenario where somebody comes in and we're trying to get them to let us either drop ship it to them or order it for them, and how does that conversation go?
I love that. We do this. I wish Nicole was here today because she does this a lot, part of the Techy team. But you're 100% right. I mean, we're not going to have everything in stock. It's just impossible to just have everything they like. But a lot of times, what I'll do is I want to narrow it down. What are you looking for? What kind of case do you want? You want something heavy duty, something thin? You want something that's going to hold your credit card? You want something that's going to have a stand so you can stand it up. I will show them what you have at the store, right? Show them the product that you have and say, like, this is not for your phone, but I can get something similar for you in no time, right? So I would have them pick out a case they like and say, oh, I like that one a lot. Perfect. Let me get it for you. You already know the price on it. You already know what you're paying for it. So you know what the resale value of it is going to be. And say, no problem, let's go ahead and get you situated. And as soon as it comes through the door, I'll give you a ring, and I'll have it for you immediately, you know what I mean? So that's how I handle it. I'll show them what I have at the store, even if it's an iPhone 6 case. Like, just, you can get that. You can find it. Even if Techy Extra doesn't have it, I'm sure one of the online platforms have it, right? So that's the way I would approach it, and I would handle it. Maybe that kind of gives you a little...
Actually, I asked Nicole that same question. She does do it literally every time. She makes sure every device leaves with an upsell of a case or whatnot. So what she'll do, if we don't have it in stock, we'll actually go find it online, get the specifics of what they're really looking for. Take a picture of the actual case on her phone, so obviously they don't see if you're on Amazon or eBay.
Yep.
And, 9 times out of 10, they take that, and she says, okay, it'll be in 2 to 5 days, and bam, you got yourself an upsell. Obviously, you see the price, you know where you're paying for, you add your margins to it.
Yep.
And you're good to go.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, is that kind of what you were doing, Alan? Or,
As a matter of fact, it's exactly what I was doing.
Great.
Because, he wanted a different color, and we had a few different colors across some different brands.
Yeah.
And then he wanted a specific type of case, and I had that specific type of case for another model, so he was able to sort of touch and feel it.
Beautiful.
And, unfortunately, like, what he really liked, I couldn't find it for the 13 Pro Max. Mm-hmm. So he chose another case that we didn't have in stock for a 12 Pro Max that I learned fits the 13 Pro Max.
There you go.
But, just preparing for the holiday season especially, right? Trying to do these upsells and anticipating that, all these folks are going to be coming in with their brand new 13 Pro Maxes. And they might be coming to my store because their carrier store doesn't have those accessories either.
Exactly.
And so, I want to try to be able to take as good a care of them as possible. I know in the past there's been websites where if you don't log in, they'll show you the MSRPs, whereas if you do log in, they show you the reseller price. And so I never did it myself, but I heard from some other owners who would, walk over to like a kiosk type station and go to a website like that and browse through it with the customer and decide exactly what they want. They see the MSRPs and they already know what it's going to cost. Then we go in the back and order it, from our office computer at the reseller price.
Yeah.
But at least that way they're able to sort of take ownership of the browsing and feeling like they have a big selection and some options, and then they feel like they make the choice that they want to make as opposed to just choosing from what we have in stock. That seems like a nice touch, but anything we can do to prolong that conversation to get them to make a decision with us as opposed to walking out the door.
Yeah.
That actually brings up, I believe you're on the call.
That's the reason why I came up, Tim, was actually to suggest that if Techy could have non-sign-in, here's the MSRP for everything so that we could just scroll on a website format for the customer. The other thing I was going to ask, sorry to butt in, Alan, but was if we could offer direct shipping to customers, because sometimes because we're in a transient state over here in Florida, a lot of times people will be like, I'm just swinging by, oh, well, you can't ship it to me, well, no big deal. So if we were able to offer, like, showing them on Techy website, I can order you this exact case, here's the exact price, it's only going to be $2.50 for shipping, I'll ship it right to your house. If Techy has that ability to do blind shipping, that would be really awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great question, and actually, funny that you bring it up because we're actually working on that on a retail side where you can show your customers, because obviously we're going to start carrying a lot of different items too that you may not have in your store, expensive drones or whatever it is, even cases, to where they can place it through your portal, you get the payment, and we drop ship it straight from here to the customer. So we'll get it, if it's Florida, obviously next day or whatever it is. So we're working on that platform as well.
Awesome, guys. That I think we might have riffed on that a few weeks ago on a Techy Talk about the possibility that someday soon we might have drop shipping capabilities, whether or not there's a purchase minimum or something like that. That would be awesome. I always kind of, especially for large orders, but I always try to find out what proximity my customers live to the store, and I'll even offer to just bring it to them personally, and tell them, hey, I'm out and about all the time. We do house calls, and so I'd be happy to drop this off when it comes in if it's too inconvenient for you to come back to the store. Every now and then, customers take that as a nice gesture, even if they don't accept the offer. They just appreciate your willingness to make it as convenient as possible for them. Drop shipping is the ultimate, but have a couple options to bridge the gap. It's going to take a while to get that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we're definitely working on it. We know it's important, and we definitely love that you guys are coming up and got the same mindset, right? Same mindset of what we can do to build more revenue and help our customers out even more. You know what I mean? So love that, guys. Love that you guys are coming up and talking about this. Awesome. And does anybody have anything else they want to come up? Maybe a question. Maybe you don't want to do an experience, or you want to just. There's a lot of good things happening, guys. We talked a little bit about networking yesterday. Wow, did I have an incredible networking experience yesterday. And we got some really, really good opportunities coming up here on the buyback side where we can start buying back on our website. So we'll keep you guys updated with that too as well. So don't forget to go out there and network. You never know who you're talking to, like we talked about before. Keep an open mind is the biggest thing when it comes to business, I believe. So we had one person actually just ask a quick, and they said, can you explain the difference between a labor fee and a free diagnosis? So yeah, absolutely. So free diagnosis, guys, and I know we've talked about this in the past, but I just want to bring it up again because I know a lot of us get confused. Free diagnosis is something that's going to be quick, less than 10 minutes that you're going to be able to the device, putting hours into it, even more than 10 to 20 minutes. There comes into play a labor fee, right? And the time and the effort that we needed to put into it. So we just have to make sure that we explain to our customers and our clients that, look, we do have free diagnosis, but it's time sensitive, right? If I'm going to put an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours into this device, we do have a labor fee of, X, Y, and Z, right? $30 is normally what it comes down to. So you just got to be transparent with the consumer and the customer. We've talked about this in the past, I know. And look, some people don't even charge a labor fee. Some people just strictly give a free diagnosis no matter what it is, if they can fix it or not. I'm totally okay with that. I love that. But I know some of us are kind of on the fence about it, so that's when you come across the labor fee. So I hope that answers some questions for you guys. We appreciate you guys coming up here every single day. We see the regulars that are committed to the brand, to their store, and whatever we can do for you, you guys consistently reach out to our team. We're here for you with over 30 members here at the corporate level. Don't hesitate to reach out to them with any questions you may have. So thank you guys so much for coming up.